How to get your way, or when is no a positive, or no is not the anti-yes. Hello and welcome back. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. This is Too Soon to Stop, and I am Dr. Diane. This channel is for people who are looking forward to not retiring. That's right. You want to continue to work even though you have put in years in a career. The difference this time will be that you will now be pursuing that passionate dream of yours that you have put off for decades because life got in the way of making your dream a reality. Also, it could mean that you are no longer willing to let ageism get in the way of you pursuing those dreams. You know, those comments that people will make to you because they are accepting status quo and expect you to do the same. Comments such as, "Aren't you too old to be doing that?" Or, "Hey, I need someone to watch my child or dog, etc. And I hear you have plenty of time on your hands because you are retiring and now have plenty of time to help out." You simply tell them that you have retired from the line of work that you were doing, but now are pursuing a goal that you have had for many years and willing to do what it takes to make yourself and others happy. This is now taking up your time, and you simply do not have time to sit around and watch TV reruns. You realize that this is not the time to sit on the sidelines and get out of the way and sit in a rocking chair. Although there's nothing wrong with sitting in a rocking chair as long as you are doing it while you are pursuing that dream of yours. You have much to contribute because of your years of experience and willingness to continue to work hard. The wisdom that you have acquired is priceless and will help many if they are willing to listen and to learn. No means negative in a lot of situations. However, it does not have to be negative, especially if you are negotiating with someone that you are trying to get a deal with. Becoming a great listener and really getting to the bottom of what is being refused is the best way to get your way. You no longer have to be trying to force your point of view down anyone's throat, but really trying to work together. In fact, no is really the best answer you can get at times because it will allow you and the other entity to find out what each of you do not want and come up with a solution that is acceptable to you both. It is important to realize that you may just have to get rid of whatever it is that neither of you want. Get to know who you are dealing with. What are their dreams and wants? Is it aligned with what you are trying to accomplish? Is it a good fit for the two of you? Learn to listen with the intent of really understanding and not simply to get your point across without giving the other individual a chance to state their point of view. Remember when you were younger and trying to convince your parents to allow you to do something you really wanted to do? Did you stop at a single no? Of course not. You tried negotiating and saying what you needed to say in order to get to what you wanted and what you were after. You would bargain away and say things like, "I'll eat all my vegetables," or "I'll take out the garbage." Now let's think about this for a minute. Why would you say these things? Isn't it because you were trying to work with what was important to your parents? Even as a kid, you knew negotiating meant taking and talking about things that were important to your folks. Sure, taking out the trash was the last thing you had on your mind, but if it got you what you desired, then, well, it was worth it. This is true also when working with others. If you have a dream that you are trying to pursue, especially if it is going to help others, then it has to be presented from the perspective of how it will benefit the listener. Simply saying, "I'm great," or "this is a fantastic opportunity for you," without understanding what the listener is looking for is only going to lead to that no. Even teenagers, they are very much interested in what is cool, hip, and now. They reject things that are not. However, when you are working with young people, it is so important that you relate to what is important to them if you are going to have an impact. Sometimes it is confusion about a certain topic that leads to the rejection. As I mentioned in earlier episodes, I flunked driver's ed the first time around because I could not back up a car to save my life. And I'm still not that great at it even today. I had taken a gap year after graduating from high school, and this could have easily turned into a permanent situation. I had taken a job at a typing pool at a bank as my employment after graduating high school. Well, on my way to repeat the driver's ed class, I had a chance encounter with a counselor that I had in high school. She knew I had already graduated and asked me what I was doing back. I hung my head down and shamefully told her that I had to repeat driver's ed. She then asked what I was doing with myself since graduating high school, and I told her about my typing pool job at the bank. She followed my response with asking me why I wasn't in college. You have to realize that at that time, no one in my family had gone to college. I had no role model, and there was most certainly no trust college fund to finance my college education. The best advice that was given to me was graduate high school, don't get pregnant, and find a good job. So I was going with that, which I knew, and towing the traditional family line. During that chance encounter, this talented counselor was able to show me the importance of pursuing higher education by clarifying my confusion. She advised me to go to college full time, take out a student loan, and finance my education. I had never knew that such a thing even existed. I thought I was stuck with getting a good job, and that was it. Had she not been able to clarify my confusion about higher education, I would have never become an emergency room physician for over 30 years. I am sure she would not ever have been able to guess in her wildest dreams what that spontaneous conversation would lead to, but things would have been so different had she not. Let's get back to bargaining with your parents. How did you know that it was important to take the garbage out? Well, it was because they repeatedly talked about it. They complained about having to do it all too frequently themselves because you as a kid would forget or you'd be off doing some other thing. This is how you learn what is important to your target. Listen. What are they complaining about? What do they wish were different? How can you meet that need? Use that as your bargaining chip to get what you want. So no does not mean that is the end of the conversation. Asking pointed questions and making statements that shows the listener that you are really listening to them is what will frequently push the needle closer to yes. By the way, I invited my counselor to my college graduation, and she came. So you see, she was responsible for two successes. Hers as an effective counselor who knew how to connect and help young people in an amazing way, and me furthering my career, which ultimately led to me saving hundreds of lives and impacting thousands over my 30-year career. Till next time, praying for your success and wishing you the very best.